When you decide to be in a relationship with someone, you must always go in it knowing what you want out of the relationship, okay? If you don't know what you want out of a relationship, you are not going to be satisfied in a relationship. So before you decide to pursue relationships, know exactly what you want out of the relationship. Don't go into it, just saying like, let's see where it goes, okay? In anything that you do, it's important that you have a purpose behind whatever you're doing, okay? If you have a goal, or if you create a goal for yourself, there's always a purpose behind you pursuing that goal. When you pursue a relationship, what is the purpose behind you pursuing a relationship? People have reasons as to why they pursue different things, okay? Some people pursue relationships, they just want it to be a sexual relationship, there's some people like that. And then there are some people who want to pursue a relationship because they are desiring marriage, okay? The purpose behind them pursuing a relationship is for marriage. So know the purpose behind you pursuing a relationship, okay? How does this relationship affect you in the long term? Are you receiving growth within this relationship? Or it's just a meaningless relationship where you don't see any growth and you don't see any fruit from being in the relationship? You see that it's more of a waste of time being in a relationship. If you are pursuing a relationship, okay, for the sake of marriage, it is a desire for you to be married and you want to have kids, or in some cases you don't want to have kids, you just want to be married, then you automatically in your head, you're like, that I already know what I want to pursue. So as you go into the pool of singles where you're looking for a potential spouse, then you automatically know, right guys, you automatically know that, okay, the person who I want to be with, we both want to pursue marriage, okay? You start from there. And so if a person comes to you and they are not sure about where they want to take the relationship with you, and then automatically hey, this is a waste of time. Instead of me wasting my time and your time, let's just not continue to pursue this relationship, okay? It's important to know the purpose because you don't want to waste time with your life. Time is very valuable, You can be doing other things with your time as opposed to wasting it with someone who doesn't have the same purpose behind pursuing the relationship with you, okay? If you find yourself being in a relationship, you and this person have been in a relationship for many years, okay? You've heard of relationships where the person has been in the relationship 7 years, 10 years, and other long periods of time. Ladies out there, do not allow a person to waste your time, okay? Because that screams red flags right there. If a person needs all of them years to consider if they want to marry you or not, well, you can guarantee that there's a great chance that they are not really desiring the same things that you desire. And don't do those wifely duties, doing this and that. Someone who doesn't even want to claim you as their wife. Okay, don't waste your time on a relationship that is taking you backwards and not forward. Pursue relationships that have a purpose in mind. And so, I want to read the scripture to you guys, okay? It's coming from 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? Who you decide to be with affects your destiny, either for the good or for the bad. And so the Lord gives a lot of illustrations in His Word as to why being unequally yoked is destructive for the Christian. Right? If we look at the life of Solomon, we see this. we see that King Solomon was instructed by his father to keep the commandments of God and not to forget his laws. We see God increased him, God allowed him to prosper, but then later on down the line, we see that Solomon started to move his heart away from God, and he started to turn his heart towards the other gods with the lowercase g. Okay? And because he decided to connect with the strange woman, these women who did not believe in the one true God, because he decided to get involved with these types of women, then we see that his heart moved away from the things of God. So verse 1 of this chapter, we see it says, "But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Edonites, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they shall turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princes, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart." So because he decided to get involved with these strange women, these women influenced him and caused him to turn his heart away from God, okay? He started to worship other gods. So it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his God, as was the heart of David his father. We see at verse 6 that Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord by not going after the Lord, just like his father did. Okay? And we see in verse 9 that the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart turned away from him. And he knew the Lord, he knew the Lord. He knew that the Lord didn't want him to intertwine with these type of women, okay? Because it affected his relationship with the Lord. And so, when you decide to be unequally yoked with an unbeliever, you become tainted, okay? You start to change. You start to take on a different mindset. Your beliefs change. And so, be careful with that and don't allow anything to take you away from God. Don't waste time on a relationship that will keep you away from the things of God. When you both are believers and you come together and you are in covenant with one another, you are able to empower one another. Even when it comes to business relationships, you have to be careful with who you decide to do business with. All of that affects you as a person. As we read, we see how much Solomon's involvement with strange women had affected him and his relationship with God. And he started to do things that God was not pleased with. When originally the Father wanted him to stay close to him and just to follow his commands and instructions. Make sure that you are yoked with people who share the same belief systems as you, because it will cause a lot of problems in the long haul, okay? You might not see them initially, but later on you will see how that decision of yoking yourself with an unbeliever will affect different parts or different areas of your life. And it will be like a stumbling block to you, like a hindrance, because you're seeing yourself trying to go in one direction, and the other person, because of the way they think, because of their beliefs, you realize later on that those things are doing more harm than good to you. So guys, that's all I wanted to speak on today. Don't forget to share this video, to like this video, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Just remember that God is faithful and He is true. Ooh, bye.